Yo, quick one.
Yeah,
I was
man's
going to ask you a
limbo.
question. I know you do security. I got your loudspeaker. So, generally speaking, what is the number? What is the ratio? If you're doing a festival, what would be the ratio of security guards to people? Generally, I got your loudspeaker.
But it just depends on it depends on the risk of the crowd, the actual people who attended.
Okay, let's say it's a black event, so high risk. So let's call it black event, high risk.
Black equals high risk. What about black equals funeral or,
I'm joking. I'm joking. So let's say you're doing a festival like it's a day party, a day rave in the field. What would you say? Let's say you've got 3,000 people attending.
3,000 people. So you're talking about 3,000 people, internal and external.
Yeah. So the total amount of security you would have.
You're probably about 1 per 50.
1 per 50. So you're looking roughly, that would be about, so 300 divided by 100 would mean 300. So you're talking about 150 guards then, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
No, what's
You said what?
3,000 divided by 50?
Yeah, 150.
150 guards, you would say.
Yeah.
Okay. And in regards to when you're doing
And
security,
then what you do then, from 150, then you work backwards and you reduce the cost. You reduce the cost and the labor. So you start looking at the location, the perimeter, is it able to be accessible or not? The risk factors of the actual crowd, the DJs that the crowd are bringing, and then that 150 could be, you're talking about maybe 100.
and to what extent now would you say now that security are meant to get involved? So let's say someone's trying to rush the doors. What do you tell your security? Do you tell them that if it's dangerous, you just let them run in? To what extent do you?
No.
To what extent do you guys
Your
intervene?
main protocol is to defend and reduce the risk to the public. So if the door's getting rushed, then you should have a response team that are going to invade that particular situation. So it could be out of that 100, you probably got 50 who are responsive or constantly on the move on external and internal, and then they respond to that incident so the actual over security can carry on doing their jobs.
Now, are you now when someone's doing a festival, for instance, I'm assuming obviously you've got the promoter and you've got the venue. Now, is it fair to say that sometimes you have a mixture of securities, as in two different security firms?
No, it's one main security provider. However, what he then does, if he can't supply the whole amount of security, it could be 300, for example, he subcontracts 100 to look after a particular aspect of the festival. It could be external, and they'll bring dog handlers, for example, to patrol around the outside, so people don't do all that jumping over stuff. That's probably their forte. So it's best to, if it's not your forte, it's best to subcontract it to a company that does. However, they're managed by the main security.
So as a obviously, because this is for those on the camera, this is Olu who runs what's the name of it? It's still called ASG Asgard, yeah?
RG8.
Sorry?
RG8.
RGH. Okay, so he runs RG8, which is a big security firm, which is in the Midlands, who's done security for like WizKid, Afro Nation, Chris Brown, etc. So I'm just trying to get the idea of to what extent do you have a duty of care to the public at the door?
At the door, from start to finish, you cannot allow any person of danger to enter that premises or any members of public to feel threatened or put them in danger. That's what security is there for. We can't eradicate everything. What we can do is reduce it. Just like the police, you can send police to deal with something, but at the same time, they're not there to solve the problem. They're there to help you reduce it to the point that once you reduce it, it becomes so minimal.
Okay, and what sort of issues would you say you have when it comes to dealing with promoters? So, for instance, have you had times when you tell a promoter you need this amount of security and they tell you no, I can only afford this amount?
100%, every time. Remember, if I can't go to a doctor and tell him he needs paracetamol, he has to tell me because that's his expertise. So if the security company is saying we need 1,000 people, we need, for example, 100 people, and the promoter saying no, I can only afford 80. So well, our recommendation is 100. However, you've made an informed decision to say, well, okay, we can only bring 80. We can only do that. However, but we've put our recommendations across. What if a doctor says to you, take half a paracetamol, but you need a full one?
Okay, so I guess what it is, sometimes people try to cut corners and don't put enough adequate security on the door, then blame security.
Is the paramount. DJs get paid more than security. But which one is most important, security or the DJ? from the start.
No, it's a good question.
Think about the start of the event first. You reduce the risks, and then everything else comes after.
No, cool. I'll let you go. For those who want to know, RG8 is the name of the security company, and they're based in the Midlands. Olu, cool. Cool. Yeah, so I think the numbers, I guess maybe they got right, but I just feel that a lot of blame is put on the promoters when sometimes it's the venue. Because I think in this case, the venue hired a lot of the security, and the security will literally rent a cop, or but my question,
They were Boy Scouts.
Going back to it though, I'm not going to get beaten up for £12.50 or £15.
Impossible.
I'm sorry. As much as he said, you got a duty of care to protect the public, brethren. If I see the man them coming to the door, my life was worth more.
You see the madness as well, yeah?
Yeah.
When you fight back, yeah, you lose your license.
Yeah, it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen.
You lose your license. So what do they expect you to do? So pull out a knife. No,
Mate,
stop.
I'm gone.
Don't do it.
The moment any form of aggression comes, I'm going to stop my dad's shop. That's like when I go to Tesco's and I see uncle chasing after something. I'm like, I said, bro, but come back. If he's to stab you now.
Bro, I told
Is
you.
it your dad's shop? Are you Tesco? Are you running after someone that's stealing bread?
I told you when I got fired from Mason House.
Yeah.
When the guy tried to do that in my eye and I beat him up.
Yeah.
Then I got fired. So the guy tried to gouge my eyes. I beat him up, blacked out his face. I get fired. Yeah, that's when I knew SIA wasn't for me.
Yeah,
But I lost.
can't do it.
I think when I started working at other place, when I went back to the old place, I lasted 2 months, and when someone was running up on me and they was about to swing, I said, "Yeah, I'm done, man." Because I'm like, you're not gonna hit me. I'm just gonna get beat up by some random drunk.
I think the only security I can really
drunk,
do.
You get me,
if I was gonna
Western
do security,
loud.
it would have to be one of those securities like where I'm like. Now then again, even when you're doing those building sites, what if they cut the no? I was about to say something that might be seen racist. What if a certain demographic?
Hey, Wes,
You know that?
everyone knows what he's thinking.
Hey,
Everyone knows exactly what he's thinking.
that's a building site. You know what? I gotta
Gabriel.
be careful.
What?
But that's what I said. Let me be careful innit? But say I'm on a building site and then them come and try to set up shop and everything and try and do their thing. I'm not ready to get into any problems with them either. I can't do security.
It's
I
long.
can't do it.
It's long.
But then we want to go to these events. And another thing as well, I've been at places where I've seen people disrespect security, like, hey, shut up, man, you're just security. I've seen girls that, oh, shut up, man, you're just security. People disrespect people that do menial jobs. And I mean menial jobs has been jobs which are like not paid very well.
Jobs
you
that
go
they
to
look down
Tesco's,
on.
people are dissing people in Tesco's. You go to Tesco's now, there's queues everywhere. You lot of diss people for the jobs they do and the money they earn. No one wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to work on the bottom level.
Everyone saw what Brexit did. Everyone who...
They've all gone now.
Yeah, everyone's
All the foreign
gone.
nationals have gone.
Yeah.
You go to Tesco's, queues. You go to Zara, queues. You go to every kind of shopping centre now, any shop, queues. You go to B&Q, queues. You lot of this, everyone to do that does 9 to 5 when told them to be a boss, that now no one wants to work in these lower paid jobs. Everybody wants to go straight to the top. It's a shame. Nobody wants to work in these jobs anymore.
That's how it is, man.
Oh yeah, let me stay away from Paris for the next 8 months and do my menial Uber job and stack more money.
Nobody wants to respect people that work anymore.
After I make the stackings I need to do and do the thing I need to do, no more parties.
No one respects people that do menial jobs. No one respects them anymore. They want everyone to be doing, I'm a boss. Everyone wants to be on 60K.
They see the job, they don't see the person.
We need to round up. I got Uber to do. Bye, guys.